Happy Wednesday and welcome, Facebook friends. I'm Jenny Runovich. Scott Swan is taking, he's actually on assignment right now, so I think he'll be back on Friday, so you'll get to chat with Scott on Friday. But today we have a lot to get to, and I'm glad to be here with you and glad to chat things up. First of all, we really got to focus on Delphi again. I know this is what so many of you have been talking about and tweeting and Facebooking and a lot of us talking to our friends about what exactly is happening with this investigation and that Anthony Schatz profile that state police asked everyone to kind of focus on, and asking anyone who's interacted with that fake social media profile to kind of talk to them, send them an email, give them a call so that they can gain some information. Just in the last 24 hours, just to give you an idea of how much people want to solve this case for Abby and Libby, and how much people want to get answers here. In the last 24 hours, 100,000 people went to our website, WTHR.com, to find out a little bit more about the profile and how it might be connected to the investigation. So clearly a lot of interest, and a lot of interest in the man Keegan Kline, who admitted to creating the account. Again, he's not charged, he's not a person of interest in this case, but he did create the social media account that everyone's kind of focused on right now. So want to bring in our Emily Longnecker. She's kind of working on this for us tonight for our 11 o'clock news. And Emily, I know we're talking about not only what we've learned today about Keegan Kline, but also all of this, how it's affecting the family members of Abby and Libby, because we're all interested in wanting some closure here. I can't even imagine what they're going through right now.
For sure. I talked to Libby's grandfather tonight, Mike Patty, and we were just talking about how the holidays are coming, and every year he says, what do we do for Libby? Do we hang up a stocking? Do we set a place setting for her at the table? What do we do? And he made the point that this year, what the public can do is call in if they have information about this social media profile. And he talked about, it's been nearly 5 years, and all of the people that have wanted to be involved and wanted to help, and all of the interest in the case. And now he says, this is a real tangible way. This is some real direction from investigators coming out and saying quite directly, this is the profile, Anthony_Schatz. If you have had any kind of contact with that profile, we want to hear from you. So he says he likes the message there, that it's very clear, that it's very direct. I asked him, do you know if your granddaughter in the past had contact with people she didn't know in the internet? And he says, I don't know, but he said that they talked about that, and they talked about the dangers of being in contact with people you didn't know online, and how that there are predators out there. So he couldn't say definitively. He hadn't read any of the court documents surrounding Mr. Kline and the charges he's facing in a separate case in Miami County. He had not had time to go through those documents, but he did say, it was curious to learn that he is connected to this social media profile, Anthony_Schatz, according to court documents. Said it was interesting. And then to hear investigators say, well, that this profile name is connected to their investigation. So
right.
He says he has as many questions as we do, right? I mean, I said, and doesn't it lead you to wonder this and wonder that? And he said, yes, absolutely. I'm wondering too. He said, well, we're going to push forward for justice. So he's hoping, he's pleased that this has come out now, and that there's a real direct call here, and real direction for people out there if they've had contact with this social media profile.
Yeah, certainly a measure of hope for them. But
yes,
like you said, like all of us, we're wondering how and when they're going to connect these dots. I did find it interesting, even though, again, he's not a suspect, not a person of interest, but we learned today from a Rich Nye, who kind of did some digging up there, that Kline's home in Peru at the time was actually, they served a search warrant there, police, state police, the FBI, 11 days after the disappearance. So I found that kind of interesting as well.
Yeah, I asked Mike Petty about that. Did he remember that happening or hearing about that? Did investigators clue him in, like, hey, we're serving this search warrant And he said, maybe it's hard for him to remember. He says, those first couple weeks, honestly, after everything happened, were just a blur. So there's some things that he really can't recall. But he says maybe he remembers hearing that, but he just can't be sure. But he didn't recognize that name. He didn't recognize this gentleman's name. So.
Well, we will definitely look forward to hearing from him, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with him. It has been, gosh, hard to believe still, nearly 5 years, and that's a long time to go, and not only without your loved one, but without having answers, and especially for someone so young. So we'll look forward to hearing your report tonight at 11. Thanks.
See you, Jen.
Okay, we'll see you later. Want to kind of switch gears a little bit and talk about something a little bit more uplifting. That's the holiday season, and every time we get into the holiday season, we have a lot of stories about people giving back and the spirit of giving, and it kind of really brings us solace this time of year. And one of the best stories that we saw today was Darius Leonard, one of the Colts. The Colts are obviously on a bye week right now, but Darius Leonard is keeping busy, and he is giving back and helping kids. So want to show you a little bit about what he's doing during the bye week. Take a look.
I like the coach, the football coach, and I never saw a football coach in real life.
So what do you think about Darius now that you see him?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
What surprises you?
A football field. It's right in my eyes.
8-year-old Nehemiah sees Darius Leonard on the field on Sundays, but to see him in person, he could hardly believe his eyes.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
The maniac turned Santa Claus for the night.
I'm super excited to be here. I know y'all looking forward, shop around and have a good time. Let's start on this one. Let's go.
On Tuesday, Leonard led 50 kids from the Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis around Walmart, checking things off their Christmas list.
I'm gonna get food. I'm gonna get food, maybe some clothes too. Yeah.
A Nerf gun, a action figure, a car, a lot of stuff.
I knew what it was like as a kid, not really having too much up under the tree. So, just being able to just come out and just, be in the kids' faces and just now they can go out and just shop and get whatever they want, and, just trying to make sure that I can put a smile on the kids' face, just close to the holidays. So it's like $5, that's what you want? Well, grab it.
From jewelry to Nerf guns, carts and hearts were full. And for Leonard, a more personal reason for giving back.
When I think about Christmas, I think about the last one I had with my brother. And, back in 2012, he left me with, he knew that Clemson was my favorite team. He left me with some Clemson socks that, I keep dear to my heart. And I know that one gift there, made a smile on my face and then, impacted my life. So, just coming out and, trying to help these kids out. And they're going to remember this for the rest of their life. So we try to make a change in this world.
I'm happy, and I'm happy for my mom and family.
That's right here, buddy. That's right.
Making memories with the maniac this holiday season. In Indianapolis, I'm Taylor Tannenbaum.
Darius Leonard is the man.
He is, and a new bike, it looked like it from that
I
last
know.
video clip, and that's awesome.
Did you see just the faces?
Happy, and just, that's what this time of year is all about.
I know. I love it. I love it. So I love that he's spending time when he could just be relaxing.
Well, it's
he's
a bye
taking
week,
action.
sure.
Yeah, he's still getting involved with kids, so
Love
that's
it.
awesome. All right, so here we go.
Yes.
We're speaking of Christmas. We're a bit of a house divided right now, you and I. We love each other, but there's one thing we don't love. So when we're talking about Christmas music,
I love it all.
I love it all too, except one particular song that turns out to be the most popular, the most downloaded and streamed song currently by one and the only Mariah Carey. Yes, we're talking about All I Want for Christmas Is You. We can't play it because of copyright, but you actually have this pillow.
And I put this, so you and I were obviously on the same page today.
Sure.
Because I put this on my social media because you're right, it is a very divisive song. You either love it or you hate it. And I don't think there's any in the middle.
No.
It's her version. that is so divisive for some reason.
I know. And I think the problem is, at least for me, I'm just speaking for myself here, it's not that I completely hate the song, although I've kind of grown to hate it. But when it first came out, I liked it too. I danced around. I thought it was fun. And then they played it every 2 minutes. So now it's like, all I want for Christmas is for you to stop playing this song.
Okay. Do you listen to Christmas music all the time?
I really do.
I do too.
And my favorite is holiday jazz, because they play all of the like Sinatra and Dean Martin, and I love all those classic sounds and the Vince Guaraldi trio and all of that.
I have an old car.
Okay.
So I don't have any of the fancy, you know, plug my phone in and get, you know, a fancy playlist.
Right,
so
right.
B105.7, I love you right now.
Oh, they are great, aren't they? That is awesome. So before we get off of this, I do want to show you a poll. And by the way, Angela, I'm so sorry, but
am I losing?
You're losing.
Oh, by how much? Oh, that's a fair amount.
Yeah, this is pretty substantial. And I think a lot of people, at least on Facebook too, they had talked about how it wasn't necessarily the worst song, it was just overplayed. So,
okay.
But, you know, I'm so sorry.
All I want for Christmas is for you to like the song.
Oh, well, one of my good friends, I allow him to play it for me once a season. So that one time I will enjoy it, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, see, but if you have an old car like me, then you're at the mercy at however many times B105.7 wants to play.
Replay. All right, quick check of our forecast.
Our forecast actually not too bad the next couple of days. We're going to warm things up. It's been cold. It was nice to have the sunshine today, and the skies are still clear. However, as we get into early tomorrow, clouds are back. Might get a few sprinkles or a few flurries across the northern part of the state, but not forecast to amount to much. More clouds and sunshine tomorrow, but we do get close to 50. And then we're into the low 60s on Friday. But Jenny, that will come with some rain and storms, especially the end half of the day. We shouldn't be 62 in December. So you know kind of something's going on, and that something is we warm ahead of a pretty powerful cold front. And along that front, we may get a few strong to severe storms Friday evening. So that's what will be keeping you weather aware.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe I'll listen to the song for you.
On your way home.
Yes, we'll dance together.
Christmas is you.
All right, we want to see you at 11, so see you then. Have a great night.